What I believe is that God speaks to humanity throughout history and challenges us to write what we hear God say. And we should also lean on the tradition of our predecessors and our ancestors, but we also have a charge to keep to serve the present age, which means we have to hear what God is saying here and now in reference also to what God has said to those who come before us. But what God said to those who came before us doesn't always apply to the present age.
So are you saying that God's still talking?
Absolutely.
He didn't stop talking after he spoke to John in exile on the Isle of Patmos?
I believe God speaks just as clearly to Dr. Ricky Allman as God spoke to John on the Isle of Patmos. I believe God speaks just as clearly to Stephen Thurston
Right.
as
Very
God
clearly.
spoke to the Apostle Paul. I believe God speaks just as clearly to Kervance Ross as God spoke to Peter. God didn't stop speaking. We just closed the canon.
Right.
We didn't close God's mouth. So I believe it's time for us to open it back up
So those that say God ain't speaking, they just can't hear.
clearly.
Or maybe he's not talking to them.
To them, right.
What's happened is God is still speaking, but they've muffled their ears with scripture.
Wow.
So they've stuffed the pages of the Bible in their ears and they can't hear anything else that God is saying. Somebody say something. Come on, man.
Come on, Kervance.
We're processing.